Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Bakar, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. That all in fact be well. And Shalom to the architects of the truth and sincerity across the four winds. The sincerity and the hopes of being delivered in these last days, man. You know, where the Hebrew Israelites, we come out here every week, through the spirit and power of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And our job is to prophesy the downfall of this current system, this current kingdom. And it's beheaded by the so-called white man who is Esau, Edom in the Bible, man. Right, we're here to tell you that, our Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, who is a so-called black man, according to the Holy Bible, is coming back to take this kingdom over, man.
That's right. This is Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets.
So that wisdom is these words of the scriptures, man, crying without, because why? It's in the mouth of the prophets, man, the hopeful elect, and we're crying out the wisdom of the scriptures onto the masses of the people, but namely to the elect, man, and onto the other nations that they're going to be destroyed and they're going to be put into captivity, and onto Esau, he's going to be destroyed forever after he serves his captivity. Alright? And onto 1/3, the elect of our people, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're going to receive salvation from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man.
And it says, she crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gate. Right,
so she crieth in the chief place of concourse, man. And right now we're at a chief place of concourse, we're on Bond Street, alright? Where, you've got thousands upon thousands of people walking up and down, as you can see if the brother plans the camera, man. This is what you would call a chief place. And then we have our other camp up the road at Oxford Circus. That's another chief place of concourse, man, where the masses of the people come to do their shopping, to buy food, to tour. You've got tourists around here as well that come into the country. So this word is reaching an abundance of people. And that's how the Lord said the word has got to go out, man. Because among the abundance of people, you're going to have fragments of the elect, man, that are here to preach this word. They're here to hear the word.
Alright? In the city, she uttereth a word saying, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity?
So how long is our people going to love simplicity, man? To love to ignore the truth of the Bible, man. How long are they going to ignore that you're actually, the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai? How long are our people going to ignore these facts, man? Alright? So, bro.
And it says, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scornings, and fools hate knowledge?
And fools hate knowledge, man. The scriptures also say they hate them that rebuketh at the gate, man. They don't want to hear the righteousness that the scriptures have got to say, man. They don't want to get rebuked. But the scriptures say open rebuke is better than secret love, man. So essentially we're showing you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans love by telling you the truth of the Bible, man. By telling you that actually you're the Lord's chosen people. And in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to rule in that kingdom over the other nations, man. That's good news. That's the gospel. Right? But that's what you don't want to hear.
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make my words known unto you.
Because so the elect are going to get the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They're going to get this word. As it tells us in the New Testament that, my sheep hear my voice, I know them and they follow me, man. Right? The elect are going to follow Yahweh Hashem Yahushai wherever he goes, man, because they're going to hear these words and it's going to resonate with their spirit, right? And it's going to open their spiritual mind and to accept the truth, man, because that faith that was a gift that was bestowed on them through Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to be unlocked, man, through these words.
Because I have called and ye have refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
So how is the Lord stretching out his hands in these last days, man? By the voice of his prophets, man. The Lord has put the spirit on certain men, and elect men to go out on the highways and the byways, right, to study, to preach this word in sincerity and in truth, in the hopes of sealing the elect, man, reaching out to the elect of our people, right, and gathering the flock of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right?
And it says, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
So if you don't, adhere to the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because you have the prophets now here, declaring the word. But there's going to be a time of famine, man, as it speaks of in the book of Amos. Now, if you reject the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshua to that day, then the Lord is going to be laughing at you when your fear cometh, man. He's going to be laughing at you when your calamity comes, right? Because you already had a chance to repent, you had a chance to hear his words and the warning before this whole thing went down, man. Right? And that mercy gate is still open at the moment, man.
When your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
That's it. The Lord ain't going to answer you in the days when all hell is breaking loose, when martial law is in effect. In the midst of all these things happening, you're going to have, people, the love of many shall wax cold, and in that day also, man, you're going to have people, it's going to be an actual purge, man. You know the film Purge, they got a series on it as well. That's going to be a purge-like state in the world, man. People are just going to be killing, robbing and murdering, man, for sheer survival. It's not even going to be for anything in particular, like, widescreen TVs and shit. It's going to be for food, man. It's going to be for actual survival, so you don't die and so you can live on to the next day. That's how things are going to be out here, man.
And when your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
No, so that's the day when all the hell is breaking loose, that you guys are going to, rub two hearts together and say, all right, we're going to pray on Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because nothing else is working, man. But at that time, the Lord is telling you that it's going to be too late. That time is too late, man, because the elect have already been sealed, and you've been left outside the back.
And it says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
No, because you hated knowledge, you hated the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Holy Bible, man. You weren't trying to hear the gospel, man, when it was being preached onto you, because it didn't seem cool to you. It didn't seem like it was Bible, like it could be true. But in that day of calamity, this is all you're going to be seeking, man. You're going to want to know what all those precepts were. You're going to want to know the good news then, but for you, the good news is not reserved anymore, man.
And it says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof.
God, and the scriptures say, he who despises the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshua shall be destroyed. Man. So that's precept upon precept. The Lord's words are constant, they don't change, man. If the Lord has said something, he doesn't go back on his word, man. Right? You want to scoff at this word, you want to go like you don't need Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you want to act like you're in control, like you have free will, which is non-existent, then you're going to be destroyed, man. You have to lean upon Yahweh Shem Yahshua for your salvation, man. Right? If you're an Israelite, that is.
And it says, therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them.
No, the prosperity of fools shall destroy them, man. Right? Because everyone wants to be prosperous in this generation, but prosperity is not for now, man. This is not our kingdom. Right? If you're seeking after riches and prosperity and gain in this kingdom, you're not going to get it, man. Right? You're going to get it at cost, so to speak. You're going to have to sell out. And turn your back on Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
It says, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from the fear of evil.
So if you hearken unto the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshua and you trust in Yahweh, you're going to be safe. You're going to be protected from the heat in that day, man. As it tells you in the book of Sirach, the Lord is going to protect those that love him, man. Right? And how do you love him? By following his little statutes and commandments and doing what he said for us to do in these last days, which is preach his word, feed the lambs and feed the sheep, man. And that's exactly what we're doing. And that's us trusting and loving Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's true love, man. Listening to our power, having fear for your power, that's love, man. Love is not roses and hugs and sex. That's not love, man. That's what the world teaches, but real love is following the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's the whole duty of man, if you can get that as well.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Shem Yahshua and keep his commandments.
Right, so that's the conclusion of the whole matter of our existence as Israelite men, as what was going into at the main camp. You know, is to fear the Lord and actually keep his commandments. That's our whole duty as a man, as an Israelite man. And we're gonna put that lot upon the heathen, although they will not be able to fulfill it perfectly because they're not going to be made perfect in the kingdom, man. Right? So they're going to still go on. But that's the whole duty as man, is to fear the Lord and keep the commandments of him, man. Because that's righteousness. Because the law is righteous, man.
And it says, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Yeah, because the Lord is the ultimate judge, man. Right? There's nothing you can do that Yahweh Shai doesn't know about. There's nothing you can do in secret that's not going to be brought out to light, man. Right? Every word that you do, as it also says, every idle word will be taken in account in that day of judgment, man. Right? So there's nothing you've done in the past that's big. Right? Your sins are open before Yahweh Shai. The Lord knows what you're about, man. Right? The Lord knows your darkest secrets. You know, what you like doing that ain't right. What you like doing that's right, man. Because the Lord is a righteous and he's a just judge.
This is Proverbs chapter 15 and 3. The eyes of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, are in every place.
Khan, the eyes of Yahweh Shai are in every place, man. Because the Lord has the angels throughout the midst of the whole earth, man. Right? You can't see them because they're in a different realm, they're in a different dimension, they're under their own vibration, man. You know, but you can't see them, but they're here and they're observing, they're taking spiritual notes on everything that's happening upon the face of the earth. Right? That's how World War III is going to happen, because you got the angels, they manipulate things, right? Under the will of Yahweh Shai, they manipulate things, they manipulate people. You also got demons that manipulate people. But it's all according to the will of Yahweh Shai. As it tells us in, I think it's Sirach 20, chapter 20, all things obey the will of Yahweh Shai. Right? So that's how everything is able to run in accordance to prophecy. It's all manipulation, man. The game's rigged. You know, the game is rigged, man. The earth is rigged, man. That's how things are able to happen, according to prophecy written in the Bible, man, because it's a rigged game.
It's the Most High's movie, man.
It's the Most High's movie. Right.
Could you tell me about this?
Right. We're here for, people on this side who are the biblical Israelites, according to the Bible.
Are you Christian?
We're not Christians. We're Israelites. When you read the Bible, it talks about a people called the Israelites. From Genesis all the way on to Revelation, and those are the Lord's chosen people. All right?
That's right. That's right.
And what we're here to do is, tell our chosen people that the Lord is coming back very soon. All right? We're in the end days right now. There's a sequence of things that's going to happen upon the face of the earth. One of them being World War III. We've already had World War I, World War II, now World War III is going to happen, because the Bible speaks of 3 woes. Now the word woe means destruction. Alright? So that World War III was also prophesied of in the Holy Bible, in the book of Revelations, if we can get that.
It's Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold,
so the second woe is past. Now the second woe is referring to World War II. It's already past. It's dead and gone.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Right, so behold, the third woe coming quickly. The third woe is talking about World War III. Now it hasn't happened yet, but it's in the midst of getting ready to happen. Yeah? Because you've already got what? You got America doing sanctions on Russia, sanctions on China. So the stirring up of the war has already begun. Man.
That's it. That's right. That's right.
Girls and everything else.
Yeah, everything. The tension is already.
What's that? Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and 6.
But is your book, is it the Bible?
It's the Bible.
It's the Bible.
These are the things that the Bible speaks about. Now, the reason you're probably confused is because this truth, the way it's supposed to be preached, is not preached like that in the churches, man. The churches, what they say, they smooth things, man. They tell you about things that sound good, right? But what they don't tell you is that the world is coming to an end, and the Lord, who is a so-called black man according to the Bible, Revelations 1 and 13, he's going to come and he's going to kill a lot of people, man. He's going to set a lot of judgment, and he's going to set things in place, and he's going to put the rightful rulers of the earth, which is the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, in their rightful place, man, which is being above the other nations.
That's it.
And the other nations are going to be enslaved for a period of 1,000 years, right? Because as he told us, hey, let's get
Last precept. This is Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall, you know what, and 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Yeah, so, you know, the disciples came to who the world calls Jesus Christ, and they asked him, you know, when is going to be the sign of your coming? When is going to be the end of the world? So that's the frame of mind that the disciples were actually in. They wanted to see the end of the world, but why did they want to see the end of the world? Because that doesn't sound like a good thing, because they knew that as Israelites, the adoption pertained unto them. And they knew that they were going to be the rightful rulers of the earth. That's why they wanted to see the end of the world so bad. And that's why we here now want to see the end of the world so bad. Because we know we have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We know what it means for the end of the world to come upon us.
Yeah, now, and if you skip down onto verse 6, and it says, And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Right, so we have wars and rumors of wars right now.
Well, we've always had wars.
Yeah,
and
but-
rumors.
but-
Please don't.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But the scripture says
It's always
these
been
are
like that.
still signs for his end age. Because when he actually said those words, right, that was during the time period of the Empire of Rome, right? So he's saying after this point onwards, certain signs will actually come upon this earth. But now, this war, in terms of its tension, has been at its highest point that it's ever been. You know what I mean? Like now, you have a thing called what? ICBMs, man. Countries across this earth are preparing to have a war, which includes this. That didn't happen during that time period of Rome, but it's happening now. That's why it's...
What do you mean with the West Indian, Haitians, Dominicans? How do you know?
There's 12 tribes chart over here, right? There's certain signs and prophecies which pertain to each tribe, which spiritually show who the 12 tribes of Israel are, and those who were scattered amongst the four corners of the earth.
Well, basically, like, these are all, like, you mean black people then? They're all African.
They're bywords.
No.
What do you mean?
I'll prove it.
Yeah, this ain't the thing of being black. Because if you look at the people on the side, you got Sri Lanka,
Because
right?
they all came from Africa.
No, they didn't.
The black people in West India.
Yeah, but where did they originally come from?
Africa.
No.
Where do they come from?
No, like me, right? I'm from Ghana, right? And that's who tribe I'm from have an oral history which says they go back to the 12 tribes of Israel.
And where did they come from?
The 12 tribes of Israel is a people before it's a place. And we dwell in that land of Israel. Not all the dark-skinned people are the actual same, right? In the scriptures, a very good portion of a really good portion of people upon this earth, of course, have dark skin. But just because they have dark skin, that don't mean all people are the same. Because you have dark people in China, you have dark people in India, you have the dark people in South America.
Yeah, I know, but the dark people in South America came from Africa.
No, they didn't.
Slave trade.
Those dark people, according to the scriptures, came from Israel. See?
Okay, so where did the African people come from? Israel.
Africans, right, according to the scriptures, are the people of Ham, right? And they actually dwell in that place called Africa, right? So like people like Somalians, Ethiopians, South Africans and things like that. They're Hamites. But you've got our people who are part of the 12 tribes of Israel who are also scattered forth in that land too. So Africa isn't the origin of people according to the scriptures. Read that.
This is Galatians chapter 4 and 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Yeah, see? Because originally, right, the actual true land where people came from was in Israel, right? Because that's the chosen pit upon this whole earth, according to the scriptures, man. Right?
And not only, if I can say this, bro, and not only that, but you had something that's known as the Jewish diaspora, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a history. You know, we had 66 AD to 69 AD. You know, under